Okay, what you are looking at are news reports of the shooting that happened in Connecticut this morning, school shooting. Today is Friday, December 14th. It's approximately 4:15 p.m. and this shit has been on TV for hours. Of course, it's been on. This is the only thing that I've seen on TV since I woke up this morning. And I'm kind of at a loss of words because I have some things that I want to say about this, but I know that a lot of people are going to get pissed off at me, and that's I guess that's the wonderful thing about being me, is that I don't really give a shit, but I don't want people to get the wrong idea and think that I'm trying to say that this was not tragic, or that that I don't feel really bad, and for the families, and especially the families. I mean, God, there was 26 people killed, and 20 of them were students at the school. Now this is this was an elementary school. This wasn't a junior high or a high school, like with Columbine or any of that, or a college or anything. This was an elementary school. I mean, these were little, probably like 8 and 9-year-old kids, that got shot and killed. But the thing that I wanted to stress about this was that I'm sure that you've all noticed that every so often, and now they seem to be getting more frequent, actually, which is the scary thing, is that every now and then there's some kind of disaster, whether it be or not a disaster, but some kind of catastrophe, whether it be a school shooting, whether it be a riot, a really big riot, whether it be a terrorist attack, a natural disaster, tornadoes, hurricanes, any one of those things. It always seems like there's something like that happens every so often, and like I said, here more recently, it's happening a lot more frequently than it has in the past, which is kind of scary. Which is, what's making me raise all these questions, is that, every so often, though, there's something that happens, like I said, whether it be a natural disaster or a terrorist attack, school shooting, whatever. But something always happens every so often that, the media just perpetuates for days and days and days, and sometimes months and months, and they'll just keep on talking about the same old shit forever and ever until nobody cares anymore. And it just seems like there's always something going on that's giving us a reason to be afraid. Just afraid in general of everything, of your neighbor, of people start getting suspicious about their neighbors and their friends and shit, because of things like this. And to me it's not only is it bizarre, but it's completely unfounded. But I don't know. I've always believed in the fact that the government likes to keep us afraid. They like to keep us in this state of fear because fear is good for business. Fear is great for consumption. It's a great marketing tool. I mean, just look back at the September 11th attacks. People were making gas masks and firearms and Kevlar and home security systems, things like that. The sales of those kind of things skyrocketed when September 11th happened. I mean, the people that make these things were probably making billions and billions of dollars just off of the 9/11 attack. And it was, and of course, as we know now, all of those guns and gas masks and everything that people bought, didn't really end up serving a purpose. because there was nothing else coming that they needed that for. That's not to say that, there won't be something in the future, but, it's been 11 years now, and nobody's had to put on their gas mask or pull their gun or, evacuate, nothing's happened. But it like I said, it all comes back to the fact of, keep everyone afraid, and they'll buy shit, to ease their fear. And I have to wonder, is that what's happening here? Is this part of that? I'm not saying that, this whole thing was faked or, any stupid shit like that. It's ridiculous. I mean, the fact of the matter is that people died here. People died today. Children died today. But at the same time, I just have to wonder because, and this isn't even, like I said, it's been happening more and more frequently as time goes on, and it's, either I'm the only one that notices it, or I'm the only one that notices it and is actually talking about it. But it's just like, not too long ago there was that guy that shot up a movie theater, and now it's, and you see how it works. I mean, I can't even remember his name now. This guy was national news, a few months ago, and now I don't even know his damn name. Which is why, and that makes you think, did they have to, well, everybody forgot about that guy, so do we need to raise another flag? Do we need to light another fire to get everyone scared again? And I don't know. I mean, I could just be talking out of my ass, and this could all just be a bunch of bullshit, but, and like I said, there's probably going to be a lot of people to get pissed off about it, but it's, I mean, what can I say? To me, it just raises a lot of questions. It's, just like after the Columbine shooting happened, because I was actually still, going to school when that happened, and I remember how much everything changed after that. The schools were so much stricter about just everything in general. Your dress code. They put fucking metal detectors up in the schools, and a lot of schools they made a rule where the students had to wear those plastic transparent backpacks so that they could see everything that you had in your bag. It's just ridiculous. And of course, again, a lot of people made money off of that. Selling fucking metal detectors and all these supposed tools that are going to prevent, something like this happening. And it just, to me, it's almost insulting how much they're waving this shit around in our face. Like, it's almost like they're telling us, what the hell they're doing, but nobody's paying attention. And so naturally, when I saw this morning, and like I said, it's, going on like 6 hours now of being on TV. 6 hours this shit has been on. And they're saying the same old shit. They're saying the same shit that they said in the first hour, But of course they're, turning it around and wording it differently and things, so it makes it seem like you're hearing something new, but, it's the media, and, the media is doing what the media does, and I believe that what the media does is keep everyone afraid. And I guarantee you that right now, at this exact moment, there are people watching this same news feed that I'm watching, and they are afraid. They are afraid. They're worried about their kids right now that are at school. They're eating this shit up just like everybody does. And that's another thing too, is that the media is supposed to be, something that we can trust. And people do, unfortunately, people do. But the thing that people don't realize is that at first, nobody really thought that none of the, TV networks, nobody ever thought that there would be any money actually producing news, the real news. But then when they did, it kind of turned into this thing where it was like, hey, the news makes money, but the more dramatic it is, the more money it makes. whether that drama is a real element or not, you know, how do we know that? But it sells, and that's really all they're interested in. I don't know. This is just a thought. Yeah, I'd love to hear, you know, comments and stuff back on this, just to see where everybody else stands on this thing, because to me it's getting old. It's getting really old. And I feel like as Americans we kinda go through the same shit. You know, every year we go through the same shit. It might be different names and different locations and everything, but it's the same old shit every year. And I don't know. It just perplexes me how nobody else is saying, you know, wait a minute, what is all this shit? And then it's always, you know, they never have an answer for why the fucking shooter did it. You know, they never figure that out. Why? Because he always fucking kills himself before the cops get there. You know, so then it becomes this pursuit of why did he do it, and you know, what was it that made this man so evil? And there never is an answer. So to me, there's really no point. But you know, it's I don't know. I really don't have anything else much to say about it. But you know, like I said, there's probably gonna be a lot of people that get pissed off, you know, and all that. But I mean, I don't give a fuck. If this pisses you off, then you're just proving my point that, you know, that we're a bunch of blind ass fucking idiots who, you know, we would let the government fucking lead us to the gates of hell. I mean, we really would. We're that fucking stupid as a whole. I mean, one person is really, really intelligent, but when you have the collective, when you have a big, large group of people, like the entire country, then we're a bunch of paranoid, fucking, just panicky animals that will fucking eat each other to survive. And that's, you know, I think that they're playing on that right now. But, you know, if you have anything bad to say about this, then that just proves my point that you're a fucking idiot. And, you know, and again, I just want to stress the fact that I'm not trying to make this seem like it's not a bad thing, or that it's, you know, not as bad as it is or anything. And I mean absolutely no disrespect to the families of these people, to the people that lost their lives, and especially to the children, those children, because that shit, I mean, that shit just, that chills me to my fucking core, you know what I mean? And there's going to be a lot of people that are saying, oh, well, you know, yeah, you're you know, trying to use this tragedy, you know, to make a conspiracy theory or some stupid shit. I know that. I already know that people are going to say that kind of stuff, but I just don't fucking care, because I know that this is something that needs to be looked at. And I would really love to hear what everyone else thinks about it.